The difference between Raila Odinga and James Orengo is something that is opening the eyes of so many Luos in Nyanza. Their difference, I think, is a blessing in disguise. Because for a very long time, Raila has had a very big influence and say in the politics of Nyanza and in controlling the people of Nyanza, especially the Luo Nyanza. But I think whatever Raila did in making sure that in working with William Ruto was a blessing in disguise. And sometimes when we say that God works in mysterious ways, it is indeed true that God works in mysterious ways. I know you are going to wonder why I'm saying all this. But if you are new to this platform and you are coming here for the first time, kindly take a second to subscribe and to hit the notification bell so that anytime I post a video, you will always be the first to watch. Then I'll come back with my reasons as to why I'm saying all this. So kindly do so, na kama kawaida, I'll be back. Thank you for everyone who has subscribed, and for the return subscribers, I really appreciate you guys. Thank you. You are the one who is making this channel grow, and for those ones who are also supporting financially, thank you so much. Now back to my video. As I've said, that this difference between James Orengo and Raila Odinga was a great thing, and it was something that I think it was long overdue, because this opportunity has given the opportunity for Luos to open their eyes and to now feel something that most Luos have not done for a very long time. Before I go into the details, I just want you to watch these two videos. I just want to share with you these videos, and then I'll come back and then I'll give my final analysis. So watch these videos.
Siaya, wacheni kujifanya mjui mahali umaskini yenu na shida yenu ilitokea na mwenye alileta. Wacheni kujifanya hapo. Mnajua hii kitu vizuri lakini mnaogopa kusema. Umaskini yenu na shida yenu mwenye alileta ni familia moja ambaye mnajua hapa Nyanza. Ndio ilileta hizi shida zote hapo kwenu. Sasa ndio mnasikia mnalialia hapa eti Orengo afanye development. Hii development yenye mnataka sasa hii, huyu mtu wenu ndo atakangi development, sio Orengo. Wacheni kujifanya watu wa Siaya. Wacha tuseme saa hizi ukweli na kila mtu ajue. Tuache kuishi kwa denial. Wacha kweli baki ukweli. Chenye hiko ni hivi. Mlikuwa na Dominion Farm ambayo ilikuwa imeajiri vijana more than 2000. Hiyo Dominion Farm simujiulize ilienda wapi na nini ilikuwa chanzo yake ya kuenda. Dominion Farm ilikuwa hivi. Dominion Farm, kuna familia moja hapo Nyanza inatoka Bondo. Hapo hiyo familia walikuwa wanaenda kila mwezi wanaenda kusanya usuru kwa huyo mzungu. Na government pia inasanya usuru hapo. Huyo jamaa alikuja akashindwa maana kampuni ilikuwa inaenda kufilisika sababu ya hiyo familia. Wakaenda South Africa. Sasa vijana more than 2000 walikosa kazi because of one family. Sasa ndo mnataka kujifanya hapa eti ho amjui chenye inaendelea Siaya. Mnajua chanzo na mwenye analeta umaskini katika jamii yetu ya Luo. Mnajua ni mtu mmoja na ni familia moja. Sasa msiseme saa hizi eti sababu Orengo asimami na William Samoei Ruto, sababu huyu mtu wenu mwenye huwa anatuletea umaskini Nyanza, sasa akona yeye, sasa mtaki Orengo akastigate this government. This government is very bad. Na chenye hiko, watu wa Siaya kama bado mtaishi kwa denial, my friend nawaambia, sisi kama vijana tusachanuka saa hizi. Na mimi nasema hivi, kila kitu iko na mwanzo yake na mwisho wake. Hii ndio mwisho ya hiyo familia. Na sisi kama vijana tusachanuka. Hata wapende wasipende, hiyo ndio kitu yenye iko kwa ground saa hizi. Hiyo familia imetumia sisi sana na tumechoka nayo. Tumechoka nayo. Na sisi kama vijana, it is our time now. I will educate you whether you like it or not. Nitakwambia hata kama hutapenda mimi Nyando hivi, mimi nitakwambia tu ukweli. Nitakwambia na hata wewe ukienda kukaa chini, utasema nyewe hii Nyando ameona mbele na anatuambia ukweli. Huyo familia atakangi maendeleo hapo Nyanza, atakangi sababu anasema hawa watu wakifanywa maendeleo. Kuna wakati tulikuwa na mtu anaitwa Ruwa Jode. Ruwa Jode alikuwa anapeleka watu kwa polisi. Nasikia kuna swali aliulizwa na hiyo familia. Eti wewe unajiri hawa vijana, nani ataniruhusia mawe nikitisa maandamano? So mwenye wanaleta umaskini Nyanza tunajua. Na hata nyinyi watu wa Siaya tuache kuishi kwa denial. Saa hizi muko na mpaka minister of energy na Kenya Power yote iko huko. Badala kusema eti stima inalala Siaya mara pesa inalala Homa Bay, mjiulize kwanza watu wa Siaya. Sisi kama watu wa Siaya tumepata stima. Sisi kama watu wa Siaya kuna baadhi ya watu wetu wamepelekwa pipeline, kuna baadhi ya watu wetu wamepelekwa kwa Kenya Power.
I'm saying Me as James Agre Orengo, putting aside even my position as a governor, that justice must be done. We cannot kill our people. And the time when we are mourning them, we are looking for officers. That cannot happen. We must first deal with injustice before we can deal with questions that arise out of that injustice. So I'm praying that Kenyans will listen to the voices of mothers like Mother Kevin.
I believe you watched those videos. And you can hear James Orengo clearly saying that he has been in politics long enough. And he cannot let anyone mislead Jacob. Jacob here is Raila Odinga. And also you have watched that gentleman saying very clearly that the problem that the people of CI are facing, it's not because that James Orengo is incompetent. James Orengo has only been governor for 2 terms. But there are underlying issues in Nyanza, especially in Siaya, that has prevented Siaya from realizing any meaningful development. I'm speaking this me myself as someone who comes from Siaya County. The problem with that county, and not only that county, and most Luo counties, and that's why you can realize, ask yourself why every governor who is under ODM has never faced impeachment in any shape or form. Why? The truth of the matter is, these people eat with these people, with this family. And for them, it's a business. Once you go into that seat, there's always a certain way you have to make sure that they are happy with you. But that is not my point. My point comes here, that now people are starting to realize that this family, this man, Raila Odinga, has been nothing but a thorn in their flesh for a very long time. He has prevented the region from having competent members, leaders for a very long time. Because if you are not going to dance to Raila's tune, you are not going to win any seat in Nyanza. You are not going to be the governor. You are not going to be so many things. Except for one man who remained defiant on his first term, but on his second term he had to join ODM because the pressure was too much. So this time that you can feel like there are so many Luos who are now rebelling, who are now calling Raila off, this thing never used to happen. Raila used to be the last person, akisema amesema. But most people forget history because history is very stubborn. People forget history. Why? And I want to show you why people forget history. You know, the love that Raila is experienced from Nyanza, it was not always like that. Raila was not always loved ever since he joined politics in Nyanza. Raila used to have people like he was not the darling of the Luo Nyanza the way he used to see. Not even him alone, even his father. Because Jaramogi himself had to fight off with Tom Mboya. To a point whereby Tom Mboya was assassinated and everything. We have had Luos in this country who never worshipped Raila and Jaramogi's family. And they were there. Tom Mboya is one of them. Robert Ouko was another. These are people who stood on their ground, Akina Chiengo Neko and everything. They never worshipped the Odinga's family and everything. Now back to Raila. Raila was never like the darling of the Luo Nyanza the way mnamuona ever since he started politics. This man had to fight for that space. This man had to make sure that he marshalized the Luo community into one. Na wamsupport wakuwa wanamfuata. People like James Orengo, when they started their politics, they never followed Raila. But when Raila came, because even in Nyanza, back in the days, Raila used to lose seats in Nyanza. He was not that influential. Raila's influence started gaining momentum as he was getting closer to 1997 election. That is when Raila now started having real influence. In 1990s, getting towards 1997 election, and then moving forward, now he started like he was able to now marshal all the Luos and now put them under his control. But before that, it was never like that. So Many Luos have started to realize that, hey, as much as we love this man, but hey, we used to have a brain of our own back then, even when he was starting his politics. We need to go back and also get that brain back, because this man has controlled this the Luo community like vile yeye anataka. Akitaka hivi ni hivi, akitaka hivi ni hivi. People have been dying for his sake. People have been doing a lot of things for his sake. And now people are gaining back that like they are gaining back your position yao. Like you can see most of them are calling him off. You can see many Luos right now are saying, me I stand with Orengo, me I support with Orengo, me I do this with Orengo. And for the Luos, influential politicians, the only person who knows some of this reality is James Orengo. He understands that Raila was never this all powerful, and within people can still go back to the way they used to be. This is why you see that Raila doesn't want to lose grip of Nyanza, because he has used Nyanza as his bargain token. He has always used them for his own bargain, and he knows that if Raila loses the grip of Nyanza, especially the Luo Nyanza, he will lose the grip of Western, he will lose the grip of Kisii, and he will lose the grip of Coast. And with that, Raila will be done. So he cannot afford that. He cannot afford. So that anyone who is trying to go against his will, especially Luo Nyanza, he always makes sure that he deals with you thoroughly. And you know Raila, most people don't know Raila. Raila doesn't deal with you directly. He doesn't send people to, he doesn't come to you and deal with you directly. Raila always uses people to fight his wars. That is the kind of politician that Raila is. And as soon you realize that, Raila always uses people to fight his wars. Because of his status in the society and how much he feels like he's respected, there are some wars he cannot engage in. Example, if Raila wants to deal with Edwin Sifuna, there is a way he can deal with Edwin Sifuna without you people realizing that Raila is the one dealing with Edwin Sifuna. But at the background of it is the Raila dealing with Edwin Sifuna. You get? So me, I'm happy that our people in Luo Nyanza wanaanza kufunguka akili. Because I've always had issues with people being in a position whereby munasema kila kitu baba amesema, baba akisema kitu ni hivyo, baba akisema left, baba akisema right. No. That thing has made sure that Nyanza has not seen any meaningful development for a very long time. And he has managed to control this community to a point whereby you can be a professor. There are people who are professors. But when it comes to Raila, they suspend their brain and everything and bow down to a man who we hardly know, the only thing akona we understand that is an engineer. You suspend everything and you bow down to that man. That is where the problem is. The community needs to be liberated. The community needs to have a team of independent people to be independent thinkers. Because look at any community in this country. Even in the counties, in the region where our president comes from, those people don't just follow the president simply because he's the president has no. You can feel that these people, as much as they love, is one of their own, but they are not there to just say, to follow anything and assume and everything. That is the kind of liberation we are looking for, especially for New Luo Nyanza. And you can see politicians are coming out. People, not even politicians, most politicians are still worshipping Raila and everything. But young people, these young Luos and everything, they are coming out to call out a lot of things the way it is. We need to liberate these people from this from this mental slavery wamekuwa nayo. And we are not saying that what he has been doing is bad, but the fact that you are able to hold a community hostage, it's not something that everyone should be happy about, even if it is for the good. But what good does it come from it? Because most of the counties in Nyanza, you can see they are suffering. Especially, leave alone the other counties, especially Siaya County. Siaya County is very pathetic. But there is always a way these people spin facts. But the reality is there. I always tell people that what you see on TV is what they want to show you. The real politics and the real drama and the real acting and the reality is always behind the curtains. It's always behind the cameras. That is where things happen. So don't always buy everything you see on media. Everything you see posted, we don't always buy that. Always look for that gist behind. Always ask yourself, why are these people acting the way they are acting? Why are they benefiting? Why are they doing all this? Because it's a known fact. Ever since devolution started, tell me which governor from Nyanza region, not even Nyanza region, from ODM zone has been amekuwa impeached. Tell me even one. Unless for the first time we are going to see James Orengo being impeached. And we know why he's being impeached. So, facts are stubborn, but that is the reality. Our people need to liberate themselves from this mindset of being like, of following one person, vile amesema, mali ataenda, kitu atafanya, nini na nini ndio nyinyi mtafanya. That is not the way to go. We are living in a liberal world, and people need to be free to express themselves. If I disagree with the position the president Raila has taken, you have no right to come and threaten me that I'll beat you up, I'll do this. That kind of politics needs to die. And since most of you people forget history and don't read history, this politics of having people around you, moving around with people who look like goon, who can shove people all around, this style of politics was started with Raila Odinga. When Raila Odinga was fighting to be the chairman of Ford Kenya. Most of you don't know that this Ford Kenya, that the party that Raila that Wetangula now is the party leader. Hii party ilikuwa ya party ya Jaramogi Oginga Odinga, and Raila wanted to be the one to take over that party the day when his father passed. And that they had a very bitter war with the late Kijana Wamalo and everything, until Raila could no longer hold it, akaachana na hiyo party. But this politics of having, I don't want to say goons per se, but this politics of having like people around you who are willing to fight and everything, to mobilize youth, doing everything and everything, this politics was started with Raila Odinga. And if you think I'm lying, go to that Nini. There's that doctor who, when Kibaki got injured and he wanted to be flown outside for treatment during the campaign for 2002 election, Raila had to bring young men from nowhere that watu watajua alitoka wapi, wakakuja wakabeba Kibaki, wakamuingiza kwa ndege, wakaenda naye. So this politics of having like young people who are around you, who are like seriously can fight and can do anything for the sake of you, in the name of supporting you and this politics was started with Raila Odinga. And he mastered it so well, and his followers and those politicians who came after him mastered it so well, and they took it over from him. And that's why you see in Nairobi, it's very hard for you to kupata kiti yoyote if you don't have young people who act like goons around you. It's very hard. You can't. Look at all the ODM MPs around Nairobi. You will find that they have this set of young people around them who are willing to fight, who are wakienda kwa rally, kwa nini they fight for the sake of their leader. These people are always there. And it has made even you, hata kama unataka kuendea kiti lazima ukue nao. They're always there. And you can see them even online fighting, insulting each other, telling each other, wewe utaniona, tupatane, sijui nini. Wewe lazima utakufa nini. They give you a lot of threats. These are the politics we want to desist from. We want to liberate people, watu wakuwe free. Because look at other politicians, even our own president, as much as he's the president and okay, he has his own shortcomings, but this man doesn't have goons. He has never had goons, like people just following people, a group of people like akienda mahali they are willing to fight. He has never had that set of thing ever since paka kuwe president. Even when he was doing his tour in Nairobi, he did it. Most of these goons you can hear are goons that were now, because there is a new relationship between Raila, ODM and UDA. That's why some goons were not easy. Young people are able to penetrate and steal from people and everything. So before you start criticizing, go back and do and try and dig into the history, and you will understand some of these things. When we say this thing, it doesn't mean that Raila has achieved nothing. Raila has achieved a lot of things for this country. But we also need to call out the shortcomings, because no one is perfect. Everyone has his own flaws. So as much as if we can say the good things he has done, I'll kindly allow also us to say the bad things that we feel he has also done. Wacha watu waongee vile wanataka. Stop threatening people. Anyway, guys, what do you think about the new change that is taking shape in Nyanza? Because I feel like there are so many young people who are now opening up their mind. People are beginning to express themselves and to come out of the closet and say, no, we are not just going to follow you for the sake of following you. So what do you think about all this? Is it a good move? Is it something that will benefit the community and everything? Say it in the comment section. But above it all, remain very, very respectful. Usitukane mutu, remain objective and everything. It is okay to disagree with me. It is okay to disagree with everything I've said, but it is okay, but it is good you do it respectfully. Don't insult anyone, don't get personal and everything. Life is never that serious. Politics is never that serious. And politics is very dynamic. It keeps on changing. So kindly do so. And if you want to support this platform, my number is always there. Kindly support and I'll really appreciate. Thank you. Until next time. Bye-bye.
The African Update.